everyone, and welcome back to another video. So I've got the Crimson Fist stuff right in front of me, and this video is basically going to be breaking it down, talking about it, looking at it, what I like about it, what tactics you can use with it, everything like that. So let's jump in and let's get started. So this is from the January White Dwarf. It is Codex Supplement Crimson Fists. It is a part of the Index Astartes. I don't know where that lies within. There's been some debate. I debated with some people on Twitter. Is it going to be an actual Codex Supplement, or is it Index Astartes? It says Codex Supplement Crimson Fist, so I'm going to go with Codex Supplement Crimson Fist. Now, when it comes to new stuff in this White Dwarf supplement, you get a few new things. There is 3 Warlord Traits in there. One of the Warlord Traits, Tenacious Opponent, is already part of the Space Marine Codex. You get something called Refuse to Die and Stoic Defender. When it comes to stratagems, technically, you get 3 new stratagems. Bolter Drill is now a stratagem for the Crimson Fist. It was a stratagem for the Imperial Fist as well, but now the actual Crimson Fist get to use it as Crimson Fist. You get one called Hated Foe and Slay the Tyrant. And when it comes to chapter relics, you get 1 new chapter relic as well. Fist of Vengeance is already a part of the collection for the Crimson Fist, but now you get another added one called Duty's Burden. Okay, so let's go back and let's start with the Warlord Traits. So again, you can roll a d3 if you want to do this way. But the first one is Tenacious Opponent. We've already seen this. This is part of the Space Marine Codex. Basically, if there is at least 10 enemy models within 6 inches of this Warlord, when he fights in the fight phase, add d3 to his attacks characteristics until the end of the phase. We're all used to it. It's part of the Crimson Fist tactic. I'm sure a lot of people have already taken it if you're a Crimson Fist player anyway. And the next one is called Refuse to Die, and this is one I actually really like because it makes you kind of a mini Rebooter Gilliman. It says the first time this Warlord is reduced to 0 wounds, roll 1d6. On a 4+, set him up again at the end of the phase, as close as the possible to the previous position and more than 1 inch away from any enemy models, with d3 wounds remaining. Now, I have pulled this off many times before with Reboote. When he goes down, he has the same thing, but he has d6 wounds remaining when you bring him back. He's been down. I've had him killed. The opponent's cheering. I've rolled the 4+. He's back on the table, and I've had it once where I've actually rolled d6, and he's back to d6 wounds, which got my opponent very frustrated. But I think that's a really cool tactic. It shows, like, the Fist always dying, let's say, or the Gene Seed of the Imperial Fist always dying. We get one more chance to get back in the field and purge in the Emperor's name. And the next one we have is Stoic Defender, and again, I think this is very lore orientated, dedicated to the Fist, well, Crimson Fist, let's say, and it goes to show, like, we are defenders of humanity. And it says all friendly Crimson Fist infantry, biker and dreadnought units have Defenders of Humanity ability. Whilst they are within 6 inches of this Warlord, if a Crimson Fist unit already has this ability, each model in that unit counts as 2 models for the purpose of determining who controls the objective markers, whilst that unit was within 6 inches of this Warlord. So basically, you're pumping your force up if you're one of these control objective markers. If there's a bunch of models around there and you get your Warlord in there, you can bump it up, and you can just double the count of models you have to capture that objective. Very Imperial Fist there. This objective is ours because we are the masters of defense. And if we move on to the stratagems, technically, like I said before, there is 3 new stratagems. Bolter Drill was an Imperial Fist stratagem. Well, it still is an Imperial Fist stratagem, but now it also is a Crimson Fist stratagem. So this costs 1 command point. And the way I use this, the way I use this is with aggressors, with the Bolt Storm Gauntlet. Because if you don't move him in 1 turn, you basically get to fire twice. So you can put an immense amount of Daka down on your target. Linked with the Bolter Drill, which is if you use this stratagem just before the Crimson Fist infantry unit attacks in the shooting phase, until the end of that phase, each time you make a hit roll of 6+ for this model from that unit firing its weapon, that model can immediately make another hit roll using the same weapon at the same target. So if you can imagine firing your Crimson Fist units twice, and then also a 3rd time if you get 6s with that unit, you are putting a hell of a lot of Daka down. You can absolutely eliminate big infantry units. You can put a lot of damage on, you know, like smaller armored targets like bikes, land speeders, all that kind of stuff. It's really, really awesome. I use it all the time with my Imperial Fist, with my aggressors, because it really is just, it just annihilates anything in front of it. And the next stratagem is called Hated Foe. This is also one command point, and this is very lore inspired as well. So it says, use this stratagem at the start of the phase. Select one Crimson Fist unit from your armor. Until the end of that phase, you can re-roll wound rolls for attacks made by that unit when targeting Orc units. So if you didn't know, Rindsworld, Orcs, Crimson Fist, they don't really get on. These Xenos and these Defenders of Humanity, there's a lot of stuff that goes down between the Crimson Fist and the Orcs. I'm not going to spoil it. Go read the books if you haven't, because they're amazing. So that is a really, really cool lore-inspired little stratagem for the Crimson Fists. And the final stratagem is a character killer, basically. It's called Slay the Tyrant. It says, use this stratagem at the end of the phase. Select one Crimson Fist unit from your armor. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by that unit when targeting characters. I'm thinking this in my head right now, and I'm thinking this could probably go really, really well with Hellblasters. Overcharging Hellblasters into a character, adding 1 to the hit rolls, it could really be devastating and bring a lot of death to that character straight away. I absolutely love Hellblasters. I think Hellblasters are the best unit when it comes to Primaris. Of course, you guys come up with your own little things, but I'm just thinking Hellblasters with this could really, really be awesome. And finally, we have the Chapter Relics. Now, one of the Chapter Relics is already in the Space Marine Codex. That is the Fist of Vengeance. The new one is called Duty's Burden, and it actually has a pretty cool lore write-up about this. It says, presented to Chapter Master Cantor by Rabu Gilliman upon the day of his departure from Rindsworld. This masterfully crafted bolt rifle serves as a mark of the Primarch's recognition for all Crimson Fist have achieved, and a stark reminder of all there is yet to do. Bestowed upon the champions of the chapter who face especially trying the crucial battles, Duty's Burden is an exemplary, lethal weapon, an utterly trustworthy weapon whose determined machine spirit echoes that of the Crimson Fist themselves. I love little write-ups like that. I think they really just add to like the story of the Marine and whatever you want to go with, especially with me, because I love to do like little lore lists and stuff like that, so I always appreciate those write-ups the developers do. The actual stats, it says the Crimson Fist model with a bolt rifle, master-crafted auto bolt rifle, or a master-crafted stalker bolt rifle only. Duty's Burden replaces the bearer's bolt rifle, master-crafted auto bolt rifle, or master-crafted stalker bolt rifle, and has the following profile: weapon, Duty's Burden, range 36, type rapid fire 2, strength 5, AP -2, damage 2. So that is the stat for that relic. And the next one is the Fist of Vengeance, but like I previously mentioned, that's already in the Space Marine Codex. You Space Marine players, you'll already know that about now. Crimson Fist model with a Power Fist. The Fist of Vengeance replaces the bearer's Power Fist and has the following profile: the Fist of Vengeance, range melee, type melee, strength ×2, AP -3. Damage is free. Of course, now with Primaris, you can take that Power Fist, so that's some food for thought if you want to take it. I'm personally going to take Fist of Vengeance, I think, over Duty's Burden, because it adds more to the lore list, which I tend to do, because Power Fists are something that I always put myself with when I make an Imperial Fist / Crimson Fist, or Son of Dawn-esque type of force. So that's definitely something I'm going to be using over the Duty's Burden. Alright chaps, that is me done for another video. Again, this is part of the January White Dwarf. Go and buy it. I'm going to go buy it because it is amazing. Definitely tempted to do a mini small force of Crimson Fist along with my Imperial Fist. Well, I'm actually thinking of doing a last war protocol force, so it makes sense if I do Crimson Fist, Imperial Fist, everything like that, and just blend them all together and just use what I want when I want. Just go down that route. But make sure you go and buy this book because it really has some awesome stuff in it, and it has more lore in it as well. But of course, these are the only pages I have access to at the moment. I'm going to go out and get it and read it all the lore and to see what they all have to offer, everything inside when it's all included. Great job, GW. Loving stuff like this. Hopefully it carries on. I would love to see a Black Templar version of this for Primaris, because I know the Black Templars don't really have a lot of Primaris goodies at the moment. Please keep doing this. Please carry on, and I look forward to seeing more in the future. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you all very, very soon. Have a great day, and bye-bye.